Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Mr. A. Welcome to the set. Tonight, Clemson Tigers. Woof. And I hope I don't mess up his last name. Justin Mascoll. Is that correct? Did I get a thumbs up? All right. I got a fist pump. Holy shit. All right. All right. So, yes, tonight, Clemson Tigers' own Justin Mascoll is going to be joining us. As always, we're going to have the sit down. We're going to discuss his early start, where he found a passion for the game, things that he deals with, playing for the team, what the workout is like, his aspirations, his goals, and where he hopes to see himself in the next 10 to 15 years. It probably sounds crazy to him because he's a young man, very relaxed, very, very laid back. So bear with us because, we're going to try to bring his energy levels up a little bit. Just enjoy the show, man. It's going to be a good one. And, my partner's going to come in the room. We're going to discuss some things. Of course, the usual, the what's goings on and so forth. Crazy day today, huh? Yeah, pretty crazy. But it's all good. And we here. And we will be here on Sunday as well. Who's in the room? Mr. Carabello. Salute. How are you today, sir? Good seeing you. Hope everybody's having a good evening or a good laugh. I know I was. Where's my guy at? Oh, he's getting the popcorn. Is that the thumbs up? All right, let me bring in my partner, my compadre, my other brother, Mr. Celi Sasson. There he is. Sir.
My fellow Americans.
You even got the shadow casting like they interrogating you.
Where were you on the night of the 27th?
Brother, how you doing?
What's going on?
Man.
Crazy day, man. Got a headache. Was some of the stuff I've seen, but
man,
got to keep pushing forward. That's what we do, right?
Hey, listen, salute to Mr. Coco. Frank Coco, seeing you in the building. We see you, brother. Yeah, listen, I had a good laugh. I went live when all this started, to unfold. Best way I could put it. I wanted to sort of like just get a little bit of my opinion out uninterrupted. And then, of course, I went on to start reading people's understanding and posts of what they, their opinions are. Mm-hmm. And it's just twisted. It's just, it's twisted.
Which is cool. We could all have our opinions.
Right.
No problem. We should be able to have our opinions in this country.
Exactly. The problem, I think, is that, over the last 20 years, they've been socially making people soft. So it's like I told you, I don't have to like the Packers as much as you do or even like them at all. But that shouldn't drive a wedge between us to be like, well, fuck you. I mean, you don't talk no more, And I think, people have reverted to being childlike or childish, right? And that's what kids do.
I had a situation the other day, actually, and it was with a Cowboys fan. And, we talk our smack. They talk, everybody talks their smack.
Yeah.
But people almost don't know how to argue or talk that crap. Even in the softball and football, whatever. I feel like it's a whole different way people argue now. So, basically it was more like they was inviting me to their crotch. And you ain't inviting me to your dick, bro. Sorry, I'm a grown-ass man.
Wow.
So, before this takes it a step further, I was just like, you know what? I'll remove you. And that's it, because I know the keyboard thugs. We know the keyboard thugs. We all seen them. Mm-hmm. So I just eliminate people. And even today, I seen, if you condoning what's going on today, listen, I'm never condoning any riots, any stuff like that. If you condone, if they would have went to the Capitol and outside and been like, oh, blah, 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 right, protesting, cool. This is a different level type of stuff they did today. So if you're condoning that and you're cool with it, I'm not good with you. And I'll just, friend, family, or foe, I'm not good with that. So I'm not good with riots. I'm not good with starting fires. I'm not good with destroying our own cities. But I'm definitely not good with people trying to take our democracy. When Venezuela's hitting us up,
And
Like, yo, we feel sorry for what's going on in the United States. And I know they said it tongue in cheek, but
yeah,
people, let's go.
yeah, it's a real issue. And it sort of connects to what I said to you, and in the way you presented the story about, you know, having this discussion about football and immediately shit going left, right? Because people don't know how to argue. It's like, if you don't agree with me, then you like, I gotta go for your jugular, and that's not realistic. That's not what adults do,
Right.
right? My
My
son and I,
12-year-old does that.
yeah, like
He
my
goes straight
son,
for the jugular.
today we ran the clip back, and then we'll start the show. But I wanted to talk about this because we ran the clip back of Farrakhan speaking to George Wallace, where George Wallace tells him that Niger, I believe it was Niger, is the most corrupt nation in all of the world. And Farrakhan went jamon con queso and just rocked him, like just
Right.
walked on him, like for a good 2 minutes. And 2 minutes in video is a long time. But my
Mhm.
point being is, even after he did that and told him to shut up, like really, like told him, yo, you should be quiet. He was like, I'm sorry, you know, I got so passionate. He's like, no, you know, I asked you a question and you told me. He's like, yeah, they went on with their conversation. All that to say that even in that moment, there was no hostility or nobody wanted to start throwing punches. Today, that's not possible.
No.
And that's part of the problem.
Yep.
All right.
And before we bring Justin in, I just want
Please.
to let everybody know real quick. I want to thank him for coming on.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a tough loss last week to Ohio State, and you know, I went to a college. When I lost my game, I cried like a baby. So I know there was grown men crying. They're hurt. You know, their last game with their brothers in arms. This is their family, and again, we thank you for coming on, Justin.
Alert from low battery.
Who got a low battery?
Me.
You better plug that shit in.
Take me in the cut. Put me in the ring room, and then bring. I'll let you know I'm good.
Yo, Sally's going on timeout. We got Justin in the room. You know what I mean? And today's the day. So we're gonna have some fun. We're just gonna have a good time. And hopefully everybody enjoys the show. They make the connection. And yeah, let's start this piece. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Mr. A, with my partner and compadre who's in the tuck because he doesn't plug in his damn computer, and you're hearing announcements about low batteries. Let me see, man. Let me bring this man back in the room. There you go.
I think I'm good. We'll see what happens. Fade to black in a minute.
All right, let me set this up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everybody in the room, we want to welcome the Clemson Tigers' own Justin Mascoll. Justin, what up?
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, brother?
Introduction, Mr. A, Sally. I appreciate it, love.
Yo, so Justin, the normal function of things, when we start our interviews, I always like to start off with the beginning, right? Because not everybody really understands you, or can make a connection with you unless they start from the beginning of your journey when it comes to sports or being an athlete. So I understand that you were born in Brooklyn, but then you moved to Georgia, right?
Yep.
Okay. So tell me about when you're first starting to pick up sports and like around what age you are. I know down south they start early.
Yeah, I started playing sports around like when I was like 7, but it was always something like I wanted to do because when we moved down from New York, like it was pretty much just for us to have like a better life, better opportunity and stuff like that. And basically my older brother, he was playing football, and like I remember I used to try on all his stuff. Like I still got pictures of me putting on his pads, helmet, running around, hit him and stuff like that. So it was just something that just was kind of like I just watched him do it, and I was like, I want to do this too. Like this is cool. Like, eventually like I started to love it, once I really figured out the sport and how to play it and the physicality and stuff. Like I love all that stuff about the sport. And the brotherhood that comes with it as well, as you get older. Especially with this past year, with everything like social injustice, stuff like that. And I feel like sports is just a good way to like just bring everybody together, like from all different races, like all put that color stuff to the side, like we brothers tight. And I feel like even with the protests we did, it just brought us together. But that's I was getting off topic, but
That's cool. Nah,
uh,
man.
um, but I just grew very passionate about the sport, watching my older brother do it, and just learning from some of the things he did, and just trying to like better myself. Not try to learn from others' mistakes, stuff like that. And yeah, I definitely it came. Football came to me through my brother for sure.
How far did he play college ball or anything? Or
Yeah, he played quarterback at Appalachian State.
okay,
Wow.
I believe he was the first black quarterback at his high school, I believe. So I mean, all that stuff right there is just like was just extra motivation. Like,
that's
can't nobody tell you can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
It's crazy that in 2020 we still hear the first anything, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
But
Justin, at what point do you realize? Because it seems to me like I don't have an older brother. I have little brothers, but having that older brother was the inspiration, right? Because I know if I had an older brother, I would probably be, behind him and watching him move and learning, taking his lead.
so,
At what point do you realize that you're starting to come out from under your brother's shadow as far as your athleticism is concerned? Like, was it in high school? Like, at what point do you
really, I never really like thought about it like that. I just kind
Mhm.
of thought of it as like, he was a great brother. He taught me how to work. He taught me how to have a great work ethic. And I got a little brother now, so it's just
Oh,
like showing him like it's kind of like the roles kind of switched a little bit. I can still learn a lot from my older brother, but
mhm.
my younger brother is just like teaching him all I can so that he could be better than what I am now. So it's just kind of like giving him the tools that he needs to be successful. So really, that's just how it really is.
did you play multi sports?
Oh yes, I played basketball. I played
Okay.
basketball. I started playing basketball in sixth grade. I was god awful. Oh my gosh, I was so
What?
I couldn't make a layup for nothing. Like that dribble, none of that. But like I was always the biggest dude, like in middle school. So it's like the basketball coach comes to you, hey, try out play. I'm like, I don't even know how to play basketball. Like he like, oh, we can teach you how to play. Like I'm like, man, I don't. And that
I was
was
like, no, we can't teach you. Forget about it.
and learning how to play basketball is probably one of the more challenging things for me because
Mhm.
like and during football I was always like seen as like okay like he liked that but like
Mhm.
basketball it was just a different type of role because now I'm learning something new, so of course it struggles and stresses and stuff like that. I'm crying, I can't make a layup, but my dad taught me, just with hard work, you keep going, you keep trying, don't quit. Shoot, you don't know what can come out of that. Don't look at the glass half empty. So,
Mm.
It's a good way to think of it.
That's crazy. This is, you know, this is not a slight, but it's the first time I've ever heard one of us say that we didn't know how to play basketball,
yeah,
especially being in
yeah,
those surroundings.
yeah.
Because being down south, that's all. It's
Yeah,
sports. You know what I mean? The rec center,
yeah,
7-Eleven,
yeah,
the mall.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Everything down here is so competitive. Like
yeah.
basketball, even now, like I'll be watching some like the younger kids highlights like from eighth grade, like eighth graders, and they doing some crazy stuff right now. So I'm like, boy, what's going on? Like
Yeah.
changing, like so
It's a beautiful thing that
it's
we with the way sports has and technology as well come together, children are exposed even a lot earlier. So when they take to something, they have the opportunity to like really develop their skill even earlier than probably any of us did,
right.
right? So, oh, my brother just disappeared. Oh, his battery done died.
Shelly.
Let me tuck him away. Hold on a second. Let me just put him right here. So as you can see, everybody, our partner, my brother's battery must have died out and his camera went. But we'll continue the conversation and wait for him to get back in the room. But yeah, being down south, everything is very competitive. Like I said, I was down south. I started going like to the very like early mid 80s.
Yeah.
And I remember my friends down there were already playing football. Like we were like maybe 10,
Yeah.
and these guys are playing full on contact, equipment football.
Yeah.
And it was weird to me because, up in Brooklyn, the cats that I knew that played full equipment football were like 13, 14 years old. Nah, these were young dudes. And I know their little brothers used to play. So I was like, wow, that's really crazy to me.
Yeah.
But so you sort of have a leg up being in these surroundings, away from the inner city, away from all the nonsense that goes on in the inner city. You're in the suburbs, so to speak. And when at what moment in high school do the calls or the looks start coming? Does it happen like sophomore year, junior year?
I started getting looks in my freshman year. But like prior to that, my freshman year, I went to a Florida State camp, and once you get like one offer, like a whole lot of other offers come in. So like my first offer was Clemson. Like, thank God that was like my first offer. So, and that was going into my freshman year. So like, like
Wait, time out. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
You're telling me freshman year of high school, you get a letter from Clemson, yo, come see us.
Yeah, but it was more of like it was kind of like a in-person type of thing. Like they'll tell you have an offer, you know what I'm saying? And boom, the whole recruiting process just starts like from there. Like once you get your first offer and you've been going to camps and you know what I'm saying? I was doing like FBU, I was doing like travel team stuff like that. Like once you get your first offer, like a lot of other offers come in. And like I wasn't really expecting that. So I can't remember the exact time it was, but it was one time I had got offered by Florida State. Matter of fact, I went up there, got offered by Florida State. I came back home, posted on Twitter. Like that next week, I got offered by Iowa. It was like in that same week, within that same week, I got offered by Iowa. And then that's when they all just started rolling in after that. But
So getting this offer, and they, the way that they start coming, right? How does is this something that, after a while it doesn't phase you? Or are you like calling your parents and your mom and everybody and saying, yo, this school just called me, blah, 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 blah. Like
it was like when I got my first offer, and that was from Clemson, like I didn't really know what was like happening, you know what I'm saying? I was like, offer? Like, what do you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, scholarship? Like, okay, like cool. And like it was just one of those things where like I was just so focused on football at that time, and I still am, but I was just so focused on it, like it didn't really like, oh my gosh, like woo. I was just so driven and like focused and hungry. Like I'm still hungry now, but it's just like I wasn't really aware of what was going on.
right.
And, like all the other ones came in, and I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on now. Like with rankings and all that stuff came out.
So if you're just joining us, we're speaking to
I'm just joining you.
Yeah.
You gotta catch me up.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch you up. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Mr. A. This is the set with my compadre who's down there.
I'm good.
Celi Sasson in the building, whose battery just ran out. And we're speaking to Justin Mascoll of the Clemson Tigers. And as you can see in my opening statement, he's very laid back. So, take him as he is. He's a good brother, and his story is great. So we're gonna try to amp it up a little bit. He's talking about how these offers are rolling. Yourself, freshman year, he's getting. You hear this dude?
It's freshman year. Yeah.
You all right? What's the matter? So anyway, it sounds almost like it's like a natural progression. Like these offers come in and just like it doesn't even phase you because you're so sort of focused on football. Like you're playing, right?
Yeah.
So I guess as the time goes on, does it start to become a realization like, oh man, I'm gonna be going to a big school, I'm gonna have a full ride? Like, how does that whole process work out for you?
Yeah, it was it hit me like my junior year when I was like, yeah, I'm about to be playing like college football in a
Mhm.
couple years. I just gotta keep working and stuff like that. But I mean, as the process just kept going, my senior year is when it got like it was it was kind of like it was okay, like it was a good process, you know what I'm saying? Just like what they have a certain period to where like they can call your phone, like
Mhm.
at any moment, like they can call your phone. Like you could be in class, they'll call your phone. Like, and it was just like stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, like I wasn't never really that type of dude, you know what I'm saying, to like just feed into all that recruiting and all the talk and stuff like that. I was kind of more of the guy that like, you know what I'm saying, show me by your actions why I should come to the school, like think
Mm.
through how the players act, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Because that can go a long way. So
That's tangible.
yeah,
That's things that you could feel, and you get a sense of
exactly.
comfortability.
You can feel it. Like you can feel it when you go visit a school, and they
How many
spend.
schools did you visit?
Oh, I visited. Ooh, oh Lord. I visited pretty much every school in like the South. Like I never like I think I had an offer from USC, like
Oof.
Southern Cal, but I don't think they didn't really want to offer me because like it was just far and I had two offers like on the South, on the East that were like good offers, so they wasn't gonna like waste their time. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
but pretty much every school on the East, I've been to North Carolina once. Been to South Carolina, been to Clemson, been to Florida State, been to Georgia, been to UGA, been to Georgia Tech. Pretty much every school on this like side, on the east side. I've probably been
Like SEC, ACC type of schools.
to. ACC, been to Alabama. So
Wow.
yeah,
So
that's
so ultimately, you're going through the process, and at what point do you decide, like, listen, Clemson is the look for me? I mean, my partner has sort of hinted to me how, their history
yeah.
and their program has a lot of uh oomph behind it, if you would, or a real stamp on it for you going to the next level. So, what was your thought process? Like, how did you reach, this decision and say, yo, I'm going to Clemson?
Really just like going to Clemson and like, cause I went there when I was young. I went there like eighth grade, and I just always had that feeling when I left. Like I just felt like, okay, like this is it for me. Like, but of course I was young, so I wanted to see different things. So
Of course.
like going to those different schools and just getting that feel, and like if I was in the car asleep on the way back, then it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't.
Wasn't
Like,
wasn't there another eighth grader that went with you? Was in that recruiting process that went to Clemson also?
Yeah, his name Darnell Jeffries, longtime friend. Like we played middle school rec ball against each other and all that stuff. So
And what about the starting quarterback from this past season, Trevor?
Trevor, oh, I know Trevor, like Trevor since eighth grade, but that's all through like FBU and stuff like that. So
Cool.
yeah, so travel football, so all that stuff.
So you're a junior now. You're going to be a senior, correct?
Yep.
So, are there any sort of big moments that you reflect on in this whole process, like leaving from high school to go to Clemson, in your first 3 years? Like, are people starting to take note to your abilities as far as your teammates are concerned?
Um, I mean, I feel like all I control is just my 111 and like what I do for the team, my role for the team. And just doing that, whatever the role they give me, you know what I'm saying, do it to the best of my ability because this is helping the team. What I'm doing is helping the team. So I mean, just whatever they ask me to do, I try to do it to the
Mhm.
best of my ability.
Do you play multiple positions? Like, are you like lining up in those, like all over the place, or just at the end?
They had us, it really depends on the scheme. Sometimes we'll be playing linebacker, sometimes we'll be playing jack outside linebacker, we'll be playing defensive end. It really just depends on like matchups and stuff like that.
Can you walk us through a day? Like, all right, we recruited to Clemson. We're on the team. Can you walk us through a day of practice and then maybe a day of a game? Like, what's going on? Like, you waking up at 9 o'clock for a 5 o'clock game?
Like what day you want? You want a Monday, Tuesday,
We want the busiest day.
Yeah.
Busiest day is usually on the weekend, no?
No, well, probably like Wednesday, right? Or
I'd probably say my busiest day is Tuesday.
Okay.
No, Wednesday for sure. So Wednesday, I'll wake up at like about 6 or 5:30 to like 6 because we'll have like a 6:30 workout, like lift. So that lift will be about an hour. After that, I'll go see my tutor at around probably like 8 o'clock. I'll go see my tutor at like 8 o'clock, get some work in. Boom, then I have class. But you know, with online classes and stuff, like, you know, shoot, you just on the computer. So I'll just stay at the academic center and just go to tutoring there. And then plus you got to get hours in for the week. So I'll try to get my hours done early, like study hall hours.
Okay.
So my study hall hours are about 3 hours. So, but I'll just like the day before that, I'll just get it all in, so I don't have to worry about it. But so boom, you had tutoring from like 8 to 9. Then I'll have my strategic mentor. So like that's the person who like helps me out with like my planning throughout the week, and that'll be from like 10 to 11. And then the team meeting will be like at 2:10. So after all that, I'll probably get back to the crib at like 11, get some food, you know what I'm saying, get some lunch, and I'll go back to my room, lay down, take a nap, wake up at about 1:30, and then I'll go get to the facility about 1:45, and then I'll get taped, do what I got to do, order some food for meetings and stuff like that, and then boom, 2:10 will hit. Boom, we got the Sweeney meeting. We'll meet with Sweeney. He'll give us a talk about practice, and we'll watch like a video or whatever. So boom, after that, we'll go into segment meetings for about 2 hours. And then once we get done with segment meetings, we just get ready for practice. Practice will be about 2 hours. So I'll get home at about probably about 8, maybe. So it's
8 p.m.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Like
from 6 in the morning.
6 in the morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to D1 football.
It's wild, man. It's wild. But after a while, you know, you get used to it. Like, it's like a way of life. Like,
They're creating, you know, how do you say it? Like, it's a job.
yeah,
You know, I mean, and people, you know, you have to learn your playbook still, you know, and do your, you know, your besides your schoolwork stuff, you're doing football stuff.
yeah,
So, you know, people don't, you know.
And then after practice, you're gonna need to watch film. You're gonna watch film at some point. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but for some guys, they watch film I know guys who watch film every day and don't get back till like 10 o'clock.
Right.
And in most cases, that's me. Like, I'll be watching film, and then I'll just come home. So after that.
So Justin, you work out on practice days as well? Like, that's not taxing for you?
You said what?
You hit the gym on a practice day?
Yeah, we hit the gym. Yeah, we oh yeah.
Shit.
Early in the morning. Like, we lift twice a week.
I just heard my knees crack when he said that.
Yeah, so like we'll lift twice a week. You can go Monday, or you cannot go Monday, go Tuesday. Tuesday and Wednesday are hard practice. So, I go Monday afternoon or Monday morning. I prefer to go in the morning because I feel like you get better. I get better in the morning. Like,
right.
That's to me in the morning. So I'll go in the morning, 6:30, then then I'll get Tuesday off, then I'll lift Wednesday. And then that'll be about it. But most programs, like that Saturday, like they'll have a game, then that Sunday, like the next day, like when they come back, like they'll have practice. Like one of my boys at Florida State, like after the game, boom, they get on the plane, head back the same night. Boom, they got practice.
The next day after a game.
I have a friend, Ray Rojas. Shout out to Ray Rojas. He's a big Florida State fan. He's always in the transfer portals and letting me know stuff about what's going on, you know.
It's cool.
Yeah, you know, if you don't pick up on it, you could really. I mean, I'm picking up on it because I've been down south a lot. you could really pick up on the fact that Justin is from down south because he's constantly saying shoe. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's shoe, scoot over, and there's a bunch of other things that the brother got down there that just people are from down south when they say that. But so Justin, let me get a better understanding because I don't want the next question to come off weird. But it's the reason why I'm asking it pertains to everything else. How tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
And how much do you weigh?
255.
God dang.
255.
How's your 40?
My 40. Last time I ran a 40, I ran like a low 4.7, I think. Low 4.7. That was when I first got there. I don't know what my 40 is now. I ain't ran a 40 in like forever, but
Yeah, I don't understand those 40s for DNs and stuff like that anyway. Like, I mean, but it is scary that a guy like yourself, 255 or 300 pounds, is chasing some, running back down from behind. I find that amazing all the time. Like, look at this guy, like flying from behind and catching these dudes. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, shoot, we got some freaks on our D-line, boy. I'd be like, damn, like, how are you so fast? And they look so smooth, like, so smooth. Like, we got one dude named Miles Murphy. He probably runs like a 4.4. He's about 6'6", 275. He runs like a 4.45, 4.4. That's what I see. Like, that's when I look at it on the field, I'll be like,
wow.
You like that. Yeah, you like that. So
Jesus. But you got some schedule, man. I mean, being you how old are you now again? I'm sorry. Being 20 years old with that sort of workload, the structuring that you've had to come under, right? And your mindset to keep you disciplined. This had to start super young,
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That sort of one, the talent, and two, to be so damn reserved as you are, your persona doesn't scream out a lot. Like, you don't come across as the loud dude. We all have our different personalities, but you're just very like laid back and reserved. To be such a presence and still have that calm demeanor, the field must be a completely different story.
Oh yeah, on the field, yeah. I'm in your face. I'm talking that ish.
Okay.
Like, really, like, I mean, I respect you, but like, I don't fear you at the end of the day, because like, shoot, like, you strap up, I strap up, and it's either me or you at the end of the day. So it's like pretty much like a whole different like mindset as far as like coming into these games, because playing for a school like Clemson, you got a target on your back at all times. Like, people don't want to see you win. Like,
facts. Even with teammates, I'm sure, because people gunning. There's so much talent. You guys are all gunning for each other's spots.
It's all like it's crazy. It's cool because it's like, Clemson. I could say different about Clemson because it's really like a brotherhood. It's so competitive, but it's crazy. It's kind of crazy how like guys on the team like just like mesh together and just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just so different. Like, when we get on the field and we playing against somebody else, it's so different. Like, everybody's pulling for each other. It's not no hate towards anybody. Everybody want to see everybody win, but at practice, like, it's dog eat dog at practice.
Does that come from the coaching, or that just comes from like the culture, like the guys in the team? Like where did that come from? Like, were you taken under the wing by somebody when you got there?
When I first got there, I was and it comes from like the older guys and just like the rich history of like just Clemson and like, just the way things operate there. It's kind of like I was taken under the wing by this dude named Cleveland Farrell. He plays for the Raiders.
Yeah, I know.
This is my freshman year, and I had got red shirted. And he was like, it was like middle of practice, like practice just started, you know what I'm saying? We warming up or whatever, boom, boom, we get to doing the D-line drills or whatever. And he like grabbed me by my face mask and was like, dude, like, listen, like, you know why they put you on here now. Show them different. Like, it's time for you to go hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's time for you to step up, develop, like, let's do it kind of thing. Like, tighten up, little bro. Basically, that's what he told me. And I was like, shoot, let's do it. Like from that point on, like that's when I just had that mindset, like, you know, just do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Show the coaches different. Show them that you know what I'm saying, that you can live this lifestyle. So
And Justin, let me by that that talking to, was it because of your like mental approach, like you weren't seeing things on the field? Was it like a physical thing, like come on, we need more motor out of you? Like what was he addressing more, like to get you going?
really, it was just more of like a just learning everything. It's a whole new system, learning the defense, stuff like that. And he just didn't want me to be one of the guys where it took like 4 years to learn the system.
Mm.
Um, he just wanted me to just be the best version of me. Like, that's the
Because
best way to
guys
put it.
probably don't last 4 years learning the system there. You know,
I
they're
was
probably
gonna
like, yo,
say the
you're
same.
out of
Yeah,
here.
you're get out of here, buddy.
You
We're
know,
wasting time and money with you.
I mean, got to
Like,
keep the machine running.
definitely, and they're gonna put the best players on the field and the guys they trust on the field. So
Deservingly so.
yeah.
But it's amazing to me again because I keep thinking about how young this guy is. And probably if we were in each other's presence, it would probably come off different because you're a fucking monster, 6'4". Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, but it speaks again to the discipline, and a friend of ours was in the room asking, and this sort of like segues into that, like what are the daily distractions for players that play for a major program like that? Dealing with the fans, the students that they see all the time on campus, like,
Women
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's the reality for you, brother, is because you,
before COVID, actually.
yeah, before COVID, you one are a talented player. You're in a highly favored program, right? And quite possibly you're going to be in a different place in life in another year or two,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Like, how do you keep yourself on track with all these other distractions around you?
Really, it was just well, I want to thank Clemson for redshirting me my freshman year because my freshman year was wild. Like it was crazy. I had a good time. But like now, like it just got to the point where it's like, all right, this is getting old. You know what I'm saying? Because I was able at a young age to experience all that, like women, all that stuff, like school, like the hard way,
Mm-hmm.
and just really, you know what I'm saying? You just get older, you just start to focus on what you need to focus on, like. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that discipline. Like I just grew more discipline over time, just like going through different things and stuff like that. And I mean, just dealing with like all that other stuff. I mean, it's just you don't have really time for it. Like
Yeah,
when
if you're really giving your 100% of yourself, you don't have the time.
yeah, when you giving your all and you invested in something, like you kind of like I'm not gonna lie, like you forget about all that stuff. Like
Mm.
I
Right.
was so invested in these past 2 seasons, like. You don't worry about this girl calling your phone, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you trying to hop on the game? Nah, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Taking a nap, you
And
know
you're investing in yourself. That
exactly.
that's who you're investing in. So you'll have your fun later when you're making those millions.
You
you
can
know.
work hard now, you know what I'm saying? So you could chill later instead of just chilling now and having to work hard later. So
Do you think do you think that your experience now in Clemson, being in this setting, is it really preparing you for what you see in the future? Because you know, uh, when we talked, we've talked to quite a few players prior to us speaking to you. We've spoken to baseball players, basketball players, and the one thing that they all sort of helped us understand was that this window is a very small one,
yeah,
right? But for the most part, all the players seem to be in a good place in their life because they always understood that this can go either way.
exactly.
So, from what I hear and understand by your demeanor, you pretty much are not gonna fall into that category where you're just going head first for the athleticism in the NFL, and you also have another plan academically, right? So, in the future, what would you like for yourself?
In the future, I want to be in the Secret Service. I'm a criminal justice major. Clemson has a lot of alumni that work for the Secret Service. There's a lot of alumni who have worked for the Secret Service. So I feel like that would just be like a good job for me. Like I want to see the world. I want to be able to help people. Um, I just feel like that would be a good spot for me. I've been talking to a lot of people about what should I do. Basically, like you go into this academy and then boom, they say it's easier than college. So I was like, well, shit, let's move. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Mhm.
pretty much what I want to do. Whenever football ends for me, that's something I want to do. So
Ladies and gentlemen, a future Secret Serviceman, quite possibly, if not an NFL lineman.
We need you fighting for our democracy.
yeah, for sure. We need more people.
All right, but let me shift gears a little bit. I think that hearing that answer, I think I was kind of thrown for a loop because I didn't expect Secret Service. That's a first for me. But you know what? That's amazing because you're not only aware of your surroundings by tapping into the alumni and people that are available to you in your school, man. That's a huge step. Making a commitment to be in law enforcement on that level is way different. So I commend you for that. There's another question, and I think this is also pertinent. When the season's over, what do? You go home, you stay. Like, how do you maintain yourself? How do you keep yourself on track so you don't start, eating fat burger or whatever? Like, how do you keep yourself together?
Well, really, like I ain't really too much of like I'm gonna eat. Like I can eat, but like I'm more of like what I'm saying. I don't eat like oh my gosh, the ice cream. I'm just, what I'm saying. I just eat. I eat regular. I still work out and stuff like that. But our season just ended, so like I'm still kind of like banged up a little bit. So
Mm.
trying to relax a little bit, unwind. Um, try well, we've been dealing with football for so long, like, at some point you gotta just get that off your mind a little bit, just relax. Like
This is a much needed break, basically.
yeah, basically. So basically this past couple weeks, not past couple weeks, but past couple days, I just been trying to just chill, relax a little bit.
So Justin, speaking of the season ending, man, I hate to bring it up.
You throwing salt, bro?
I
Come
hate to
on,
bring it up.
man.
And listen,
That's
I'm
cool.
gonna be honest with you. Like I'm a gambling man.
Yeah.
When Dabo made his comments, I kind of took Ohio State. You know what I mean? Took the plus points. I'm sorry, Justin. Don't leave us. But
Terrible. Terrible.
what guys like? Did you guys feel like coach? Oh shit! Or you was like hell yeah, coach. Like whatever. Like the team backed up his 11 Ohio State or guys were like, oh, I don't know if coach should have said that.
Like, of course, like that's our coach, so we always gonna try and have his back the best way we can, cause like that's our coach, like you know what I'm saying, and that's just somebody that you should always have your coach's back, like no matter
Of course.
what happens, no matter what I'm saying, he got our back, so we got his back 100%. There was no doubt. Every game I played in, I never like looked at it as like, oh my gosh, like ooh, like boy, you strap up, how I strap up. Like, I'm not worried about none of that, all that extra. Like, we both playing the game. It's a game. Let's do it. Let's play.
Which
But like,
I mean, I don't think is bulletin board fodder, to get them going either. Usually two good teams, and they were just better that day, But
I mean, that's what it came down to. They just had a better day. They got a great team for one. Like caps off to them. They got a great team, great coaches. But I mean, it's never been a doubt in my mind if we were gonna win the game, and I always win the game.
if you guys play like a best of 5, you guys win the series. It's a one game, and that's how it is.
Yeah, that's just how it is, man. You know what I'm
Who you think's gonna win that Bama game with them?
saying? That's gonna be a good game, actually. That's gonna be a great game. But
Yeah.
I got Bama because they have they have weapons. They have a lot of weapons on offense. With Devontae Smith and Najee,
Yeah.
and Mac back there slinging that ball. So
And they saying Waddle might come back too, which is
yeah,
crazy.
and Waddle coming back too. They got Michi on the outside. They got a really good offense, like a real explosive offense. But their defense, I like their defense too against Ohio State's offense. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see how they do. If Justin Fields comes back healthy,
He took a shot.
yeah, he took a pretty tough shot.
Yeah.
If he comes back,
your guy, when the linebacker got kicked out of the game there, that kind of changed the game. It swayed the whole game around. I know.
I mean, yeah, because like when you have a player like that, he's such a big, like such a good piece for our defense. You know what I'm saying? Just how it's like having an extended coach on the field, pretty much.
Like a quarterback on the defense.
Yeah, but during that moment, like I mean, he's out. All right, cool, but next man up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much the mindset. Somebody got to fill that role. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, I'm your host, Mr. A. This is the set with my counterpart down below.
Sally Sassong in the building.
And tonight we're talking to Mr. Justin Mascoll of the Clemson Tigers. And again, this is one focused brother. And it's killing me that he's so damn young. 6'4", 250 pounds. No,
the spinning, they're spinning.
Oh, the waves is dead. You know what? I gotta give him his props too. He's not grabbed his brush not once.
Yeah, I almost did one time.
We'll give you.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
we'll give you a chance. Go ahead.
The one thing that I take from our conversation so far is that this young man is not only focused, he's a student of the game. He's present. He has a vision for himself, and he's also making moves for his future. I think it's amazing because, again, the young man's 20 years old, and I hate to keep saying young man because that makes me feel like I'm an old motherfucker. I am, but I'm just saying it just turns the needle a little bit. But anyway, I digress. And I hope that everybody's sort of getting that sort of message from him, because if you just heard him and Sully going back and forth, these guys are talking about things that sound like Chinese to me right now. However, he's aware, right? He knows all these players and who the threats are, and what it was like to lose one of his men on defense. It was right.
Yep.
Yeah, like what an effect that had on the team. And Sully is also understanding, like, when you have somebody like that on the field, that brings a certain amount of command to how the chemistry is running and how people work together, and when you take that out of the puzzle, that can definitely, shift the game. So I know before we started the show, Sully was telling me about the L, and I was like, man, I don't think we should talk about that. But I see that you handled yourself well, man. I know we used to get sour when we lost, especially this guy.
I said it in the monologue when I played in New Mexico and we lost in the state tournament. I mean, I cried like a baby. One, I didn't know what the hell was my next move. I was like, damn, I'm going back to New York, and I don't know what's going on before my scholarship finally came through. And seeing my brothers for the last time, like you said, that you go to war with, you practice with, you hang out with, so it's tough. It's a tough letdown, but I mean, like I said, I mean, you guys is, you had probably the number one draft pick on your team, and
you twisting the knife again, bro. Come on,
huh?
Let it go. You turning the knife again. Well, yours was worse because
No, I'm saying only worse because he was, he's on TV D1. Like,
yeah.
I'm saying it's just a tough L.
Justin, somebody asked, and I know you was going to say something, but I want to ask you this because somebody asked it in the room, and I was actually thinking it. Let's say tomorrow you walking, you getting your degree.
Yeah.
They tell you, yo, you could go anywhere you want. What would be the team you would pick if you had your choice? You better not say Cowboys, kid.
No, we don't mess with the Cowboys.
Oh,
Cowboys got it.
All right, cool.
PlayStation team you play with.
Definitely, I'll probably just say I would love to play with Bosa. Either one of the Bosa brothers. I'd love to go to San Diego or the 49ers. Or I would like to go to Green Bay. I would like to go to Green Bay just because, like, the defense that they got, you know what I'm saying? And just who they got, Preston Smith and all them dudes. They got some animals on that defense. it would just be cool to like see how them dudes like work and stuff like that, and like their what they put in so that they could be as good as they are and stuff like that. That would be cool. Or the Rams. I'd love to play for with Aaron Donald. That would be cool. That would be cool.
I got a team. I got a team for you, and it's not Green Bay because Green Bay's my team. But I'm gonna let that go. But I want to know when this guy comes to Clemson, because if he ever comes back when you're there, the Texans, Deshaun Watson. I mean, he's a god, man. Right?
yeah.
He got to be a god at Clemson.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's that guy. Like,
Whew.
definitely.
I mean, I saw the numbers he put up this year with nobody. I was like, wow, I didn't even realize that. Like crazy. He's a beast.
He's an animal. And he was on that team, the first team to win the Natty, like win it all.
Yeah.
Started all.
I might have took him that day too. Degenerates.
The worst, this guy. So out west and the Midwest, that's interesting. I was hoping for my partner's sake here you would have said Green Bay, but the Chargers was that was
Herbert's the real deal too.
Lot of history,
Herbert is the real deal.
Yeah. Wow. I can't believe he said that, and you were so calm about it too. Yo, Aaron Rodgers, don't say nothing about the pack, bro, because it's a problem.
And
right?
tell that 49ers fan, this is Chango. I'm wearing this so they could lose this weekend.
Yeah, there's a lot of fans in the room that follow the show. So when we have athletes on, they be talking a lot. I don't know if you can see it. You know, I flash some comments sometimes, and they definitely talking some ish like here, right? Got a jerk.
Justin,
I seen that one and I was like, damn.
Coming at that life. Pause.
I ain't worried about that.
Go ahead, son.
Chase Young called out Tom Brady the other day. How you feel about that?
Oh, I actually seen that this morning, and I was like, damn, he just called out Tom Brady. But at the same time, though, I'm like, he's doing that like out of it's gonna make him better as a player. You know what I'm saying? Like he not just calling him out like just like
right. It's a win-win because
it's more of like a, you know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Like he got that mindset. I respect that mindset.
I respect his gangster. I mean, hopefully Brady don't put a hurting on them, but
they're crazy, but I like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Chase Young gonna have a big game too, though.
I get the feeling that Justin talks heavy when he's on the field, right?
Yeah.
Hey, understand, son? Let me put you on real quick because my partner Sally Sasson, we grew up together, and Sally has always been the quiet dude. He didn't really talk too much. His demeanor and yours kind of favor each other to a degree when we were young, right? Not a lot of emotion, just whatever. But when we play sports, man, and I hated playing against him. Now it's you catching everything, like it doesn't matter. Then we'll go eat after the game. But when we're on the court,
the lines when I play.
I'll be ready to fight sometimes. I'll be so amped up, so hyped. But it's just that love for the game, love to compete.
Do you like getting in players' heads though?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, I love doing that. I love doing that. But like, I don't really like start it though. You know what I'm saying?
That's what y'all all say.
I don't really try to start it. You know what I'm saying? You might catch me one game. You know what I'm saying? I might out there be talking crazy to you, but I mean, it's all competitive. So I just love it.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, don't get this guy started.
I was a heavy trash talker. I was, but I will like the same way. You get me started, then now you ain't shutting me up.
Yeah,
don't let me go, and I'll make you quit.
So just, I'm sorry to cut you off. So now things are really different now because of COVID, right? And I'm sure that's kind of putting a strain, on the environment and how things happen in school and whatever. Is everything still on track for your like your senior year? Like are classes getting knocked out that that you need, or do you see anything in the near future that's gonna sort of hinder your progress?
No, everything I'm on track. I'm on track to graduate next summer
Okay.
in May. So everything's good right now.
And eligibility wise, you get basically like a free year, right?
Yeah, free year if you want it.
Wow.
Today, over here in New York, the governor Cuomo, not a lot of people are big fans of this guy here, but he addressed in his like State of the Union, um, he's going to legalize gambling in New York finally, eventually, and he's talking about marijuana. Is this something that they talk to you guys about it, and like in the school, as
Um,
far as
um,
legalizing the stuff and it's to for when you if guys that go to the next level, like
um, they don't really like talk about it much. Like the only time they talk about marijuana, um, when you first get there, they talk about it, but it's more of a sense of like, don't do marijuana because we're going to drug
test
test
you,
you.
right?
Drug test, so I just stay away from all that stuff.
Mm,
So
man. So
yeah,
I can't get away from this cat's demeanor, son, because he's super like just relax. No, for real, son. Like I really I know the audience is sensing it too, and they understand, this is just his, this is Justin. And it's not weird to me, it's just different to me. Like an athlete that's just very calm, you just just I can't imagine when the switch goes off because you must be like,
yeah, it's
right?
so
Way
different.
way different.
I swear, like I be looking at myself in the mirror, like, damn, you was a totally different person. Like
That just tells me he's totally different. I be
is,
looking at myself in the mirror. Oh my, you just different. They ain't ready for you. You got your favorite game music? Because I know this cat. We had game songs that used to just get us charged.
right now I've been listening. I don't know, y'all probably don't know this dude, but y'all probably do. But I've been listening to Pooh Shiesty a lot before the games. That be getting me turned for real, for real. And then I listen to some Future sometimes. I listen to really all different types of music. You know what I'm saying? I don't really
Mhm.
like favorite. I don't like country music though. I don't really like.
Really?
But I listen. I listen to it every now and then if somebody else
Mm,
got it on the locker room. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really like
mm.
country.
Is there like all right, like someone in charge of the music, or is it alternate like
Um,
In the locker
in
room?
the locker room?
so basically, the way the locker room is set up, it's like it's sections. So like I'm a single digit number, so we kind of like right by the door. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? We don't really have no problems with what I'm saying. People playing music. You know what I'm saying? It really depends on the day. How
mm.
people feeling. You know what I'm saying? But anybody can play what they want to play. You know what I'm saying? It can't be too loud. Don't be blasting that country music too much.
You listen. You said that twice, and the reason why I'm picking up on it is something that we had sort of touched on earlier, where you were saying about brotherhood, and sort of like leaving all that racist shit to the side because it's the game, right?
Yeah.
In your come up, especially being down south, has your experiences been, or have you experienced that during your come up, like from high school to college?
Like anything like racial.
Yeah.
Um, Not. I haven't really experienced like anything like racial, but I've been exposed to it, like seen it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So and my parents like, they always like would give me that talk to them. We'll have that talk about it, and I was always like educated on what was going on. So I always try my best not to like put myself in like that predicament. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So really I just been trying to like stay safe from all that stuff, like when it was really bad, but it's still bad, but
Does
it's just
Clemson like have like teach you guys like, listen guys, if you're pulled over, this
yeah, like we when all this like when the social injustice stuff happened and we had to come back, COVID was real bad and that was going on. It was definitely like a real stressful time for everybody. Like all jokes aside, like crazy stressful. Like I'm talking about like coaches and just with coaches and stuff and all this other stuff. And we actually had like a sit down and talk, like a circle. Like they put us all in different groups, like different races. We all sat in a circle and we like discussed like our problems, like so like we could teach other people of the, majority, like teach them what we go through as
The culture.
the culture, what I'm saying? And it's surprising because you don't realize how people of the like of the majority, like they don't understand, like they really don't understand, like they've never been exposed to it. So when you like actually sit down and have
What do you mean you get profiled from the car? Get out of here.
I'm saying, like they don't, you got to really explain to them, like what I'm saying, what we go through, what the stresses are, what I'm saying, of being pulled over, the things we got to do, what I'm saying, when we get pulled over. It's like a checklist. Like my parents used to give me like a checklist. Like, okay, if you get pulled over, do this, I'm like, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? But it's really serious. Like it's really something that we had to go by. But it's all about just teaching them what we go through so that they can understand.
I had a situation. My son had a little league game not about a year ago, and I was pulling out the driveway. We were getting some food to bring home, and the cop, Suffolk County cop, pulls up behind me. So I kind of like pulled over, let him go. He passed me, and a little while, he pulls over. So I tell my son's 11 at the time, in the back. I said, Pop, we're gonna get pulled over by the cop. Just relax, don't worry, And he pulled me over, and he's like, "Oh," so he takes my stuff, my license and stuff, And then I showed him my work ID. He's like, "Oh, you should have just shown me this from the beginning." I was like, well, "Why you pulled me over?" He's like, "Oh, the plate was coming up to my wife's father." All right, but I know I was profiled, because of what was going on. I know why I got pulled over. Because there's no reason to pull me over. I was with my son in the car. But it is what it is. But yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing, and people need to understand that.
I think what he's trying to tell you, Justin, is I know there's not a lot of Puerto Ricans in Georgia.
Oh,
I know that for a fact. Right. So when you see us, in the inner city in New York City, I should say, we're the closest thing. We like cousins. So if we're in a certain part of town, like Suffolk County, they, if him driving, might as well be you driving. So it's the same vibe,
Definitely.
And these are things that, as a young man, you're gonna at some point start to encounter, like as you broaden your horizons and go out into the world, you're gonna start experiencing things differently too.
And I utilize it as a teaching moment for my son. Listen, this is how you do it. I wasn't nasty to the cop. I showed him my stuff, this and that, complied, and that's it. There's no reason for him to keep me here. So, but
somebody's nephew is on Purdue. He's beefing right now. These cats is dirty. That's salute to Heaven Hunter. Every time I say his name, it makes me feel weird.
Justin, I got a question.
Yeah.
I know you can't speak for him. Obviously you can't think for him. But Trevor Lawrence declared today for the NFL. So I know Jet fans were like hoping that Trevor was going to go there, and they end up winning some games like the great team that they are. So is he a guy that's gonna be like, nah, I ain't going to Jacksonville, or I ain't going to New York, or is he a guy to be like, nah, wherever they take me, let's go, let's do this. I'm a shine.
Yeah, Trevor is exactly what you said, like the last part. He's definitely a hardworking guy. He's gonna go wherever, you know what I'm saying. He goes and he's gonna do his best. He's gonna do his 111, and that's just from what we do at Clemson, how we do things. So just bloom wherever you plant it.
Can you explain the 111? Because you said that a couple times again.
Thank you.
That's just something I just go by. Like that's just like do your job. It's 11.
Okay.
Do your job. Do your 111.
All right, gotcha.
So one more question from the room. How is it playing for a top-notch coach like Dabo Swinney?
Dabo Sweeney.
Dabo Sweeney.
Yeah.
Nick, you can't spell, bro. Don't ask no more questions. Last time I pick your ass.
It's like people would think like it's so intense and stuff like that, but he's really a chill guy, actually. Coach Sweeney, he's so down to earth, chill guy, Christian man, like so strong with his faith and stuff like that. He's a great player to like, playing for him, like, yeah, it's been
Players
great.
coach.
Yeah, he's a players coach for sure. He cares about everybody, treats everybody the same, from the walk-ons to the trainers. Like everybody's treated with love. It's a family. You know what I'm saying? But come game time, he a different animal.
He changed up.
He intense a little bit. He a little intense, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? He a good coach, man.
And the defensive coordinator, he had his sons on the team too, right? Wasn't his sons playing?
2 sons.
You feel that's important, Justin? Does that help to have a player's coach?
Most definitely, because it's all. I feel like a lot of it's like trusting. You know what I'm saying? And the players trusting the coach, and the coach being invested with the players. It's like that's great, because then you're gonna have guys just playing, leaving it all out there. You know what I'm saying, for him and what they believe in and stuff like that. So
I always feel like that. I feel like when you have a strong connection, even in the workplace, when the people underneath you feel like you really on their side and understand them, they're willing to go above and beyond for you, right? So in that sort of setting, I would imagine, and it speaks to the program, because again, Clemson's program is so touted, highly favorable. That's a great sort of environment for you guys to thrive in. Excuse me.
My last question, Justin. Who you like this weekend? NFL.
NFL. Ooh.
Gotta get my action in.
Yeah, for real, right?
What did the Browns lost the coach? I mean, they got the Steelers.
They got the Steelers. Oh,
Bills got the Colts.
Well, I got the Steelers. Big Ben playing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Steelers. And
Bills, Colts. Who else? Brady. Bucks play the Redskins.
Send him your sheet. He'll email you the sheet.
I just want to know. I'm sure people want to know.
I got the Bills. I ain't really heard too much about the Bills, but I know they got that boy Diggs over there. So
yeah, Bills is getting busy. Bills might be the one team that could beat the Chiefs. The Ravens too. Who the Ravens got? Oh man, Ravens got who the heck they're playing?
The two football guys don't know who the football teams are playing.
There's 6 games. 3 Saturday, 3 Sunday. Super wild card.
Well, I got the Bucks against the Ravens, so for sure. I don't know. I mean, Alex Smith, you know what I'm saying? He gonna do his thing, but it's just really that Ravens defense, not Ravens defense, the Redskins defense.
The football team, the Washington football team.
The Redskins.
Yeah.
Self-aware, this brother. Self-aware. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, I'm your host, Mr. A, with my counterpart down below. And today we've spoken with Mr. Justin Mascoll of the Clemson Tigers football program. This gentleman walked us cautiously through his journey, starting out very early, being inspired by his brother, or what appeared to me, him being inspired by his brother, and just putting in work and getting offers as a freshman, which, maybe it's natural in his world. It sounds really weird for me to hear that, but that says a lot about Justin's work ethic, his commitment to his academics, because you can't have one without the other. Sally, we've been speaking to people, and that's, everybody that's made it to the big league, they've spoken. Hey, listen, academics and athleticism, you got to be top notch on both. So, Justin has kept himself in the right path. He hopes to, if he does not play pro ball, to become a part of the Secret Service, which again commendable. I've never heard it. I know one person that and actually joined the Secret Service. He's from our block.
I know one too.
Yeah, I never. Oh, you don't? You too?
I know.
Oh, I've never heard anybody say that outside of our guest. But this gentleman, I feel, at some point in time in the near future is going to make an impact, and I think it's going to be in the Pro Bowl. I think he's going to be he's going to be an NFL player because he definitely has the quality and most of all the demeanor that they look for. This guy exudes calmness, just calm and focus, right? And at 6'4", 250, if he keeps on this path, man, I can't see anything else happening, but something good for the sport with him in it. So, Justin, man, it's very new for somebody like myself to see a 20-year-old so composed, and it says a lot, and it's something that you should carry with you through the rest of your life because you definitely come from strong stock. 20-year-old men nowadays don't have the capacity to be disciplined the way you are and hold it all together, right? Carrying the workload and also putting in work on the field. That's a big feat, and we salute you for that, man. Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. Keep it up, man. Keep grinding. Stay off the PS5, man. Put in the real work. But
Listen,
we hope.
Yeah, we want to tuck you in the green room. We want to wish you the best of luck in everything that you do. And in the future, at any point in time, you're like, oh, I got this going on, or I'm going to do that, or you just want to come chop it up. We got our virtual Super Bowl party coming in February. You could come through, have a few laughs, talk some ish, and school your man on some football picks. Because, but you're
down anytime.
Yeah, you part of the family. We always reach back to our guests and always leave with an open invitation, just in case you're doing it. Even if you're doing a fundraiser, whatever, you want to come up and chop it up, you just reach out and we got you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, Just. Thanks again, brother.
Don't leave. Stay tucked. So it is crazy to me, and maybe it's just me. To see a guy that young and the way he just handles himself, you know what I mean? Like, not cocky, he's confident. He's not a shot. Yeah, he's super grounded at 20.
That's good. I mean? But you know what? I mean, he partied, like he said, he learned young, 18, okay, 19, 20, he's already looking at it like, all right, I'm 20, like I gotta get this real shit, you know what I mean? And some people take, some men don't get that. They take longer. Some people still haven't grown up. So you gotta give them props for that. And hopefully we'll be seeing him on the stage or virtually, depends on this damn COVID or whatever. But we'll see Goodell or somebody handing him a jersey and be like, yo, from Clemson, Justin.
Yeah, man. Hopefully.
Yes.
I think guys like that, I don't know. It's just me. I think people like that deserve that shot.
And you know what? A person like that, they're going to be good regardless.
Yeah, no matter what. Yeah,
he's gonna be good.
Whether it be sports or whatever, he's going to be straight. So, people, I hope you enjoyed the show. We got things coming on in the next couple of weeks. But remember, the big game party, February 7th from 4 to 6. We're going to have the virtual DJs. We got squares. We're going to have raffles for the ladies. And we have strippers? We have strippers, right? No, we didn't have strippers. My bad.
Not yet.
Not yet. But come check us out. At the end of the month, we got a few surprises. Pay attention. Stay tuned. And we'll see you.
Stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. For real. Peace out.